Hey guys, so if you're viewing this video, chances are you are scouring the internet looking for information on hernia repair, specifically inguinal hernia repair. I actually just went through the procedure. It was a laparoscopic procedure, robotically assisted laparoscopic procedure. Um, and I just wanted to kind of talk about my experience and my recovery from it because like you, I went scouring the internet looking for other people who have been through the procedure because I didn't know what to expect. I had a lot of anxiety. Um, I have never had a surgery before, so I was scared. Not scared, just more anxious, just because I didn't know what to expect. I'm a little worried about the recovery because I am a big baby when it comes to pain. I think most men are, even though we don't like to admit it. We're babies. Um, okay, so I saw a lot of videos here on YouTube talking about their experience, and I realized that there were some things that weren't covered from a lot of people that I experienced. Now, my experience is my experience. Everybody experiences these things different. Everybody has different levels of pain, tolerance. So, just because I had this experience doesn't necessarily mean that this will be your experience, but I think that that the things that I experienced are actually very common. One of my biggest surprises with the surgery is okay, first of all, I had the laparoscopic done. One of the things that they do with laparoscopy is they actually inflate your abdomen with carbon dioxide. They do that so they can have a better view inside of you to get your belly out of the way, I guess. So all their instruments and everything can fit in there. Okay, one side effect of that gas is whenever they close you up, some of that carbon dioxide is still trapped inside your body. It's normal. Don't freak out over it. Your body will absorb it. The problem with it is it takes a little while for your body to absorb it, and that gas inside of you can be a little painful. Specifically, what will happen, especially like after you've been laying down, is the gas will kind of rise up in you. And what tends to happen with this gas is it will rest between your liver and your diaphragm. Now, there's a nerve right there near your diaphragm that leads to your shoulder. So you will most likely experience some shoulder pain. It's totally normal. It is very uncomfortable, but it's normal. You can kind of get over this by just changing your position. The pain's going to be there, but changing certain positions hurt more than others. I mean, there were some times whenever I would take a breath, a deep breath or a quick breath or something, and it just felt like somebody was stabbing me in the diaphragm. I know it sounds scary. It's not as bad as it sounds. It's not comfortable, I won't lie, but it's bearable. um, Pain medications obviously help with that. They prescribed me hydrocodone, which it was great for me. I took the hydrocodone for the first. Okay, I had the surgery, first of all. I had the surgery on Friday, December 29th. Today is Thursday. Thursday. Yeah, my days are running together. It does that. I haven't been at work, so my days are all screwed up. Today's Thursday, January 3rd, I think. Um, so I am on day 6 post-op. Um, One of the things that I was not told, I was told that I would be put under general anesthesia and that I would most likely have a catheter. Never had a catheter before, and nobody told me how much it was going to hurt to pee after having a catheter. Wow, was not expecting that. Okay, so I came out of surgery, was in the recovery, and they won't let you leave the hospital until after you have urinated. So I finally felt the urge to urinate a few hours into recovery. So I, gingerly walked to the restroom, sat down on the toilet because, you're not going to want to stand. So yeah, I sat on the toilet to pee. As soon as I start feeling the urine just start flowing, oh my God, it was the most god-awful burning that I have ever felt. I mean, it was like I was peeing fire. And I'm already sore and swollen, in my abdomen area because I have 3 incisions here, and all with all the swelling that comes with that. So here I am on the toilet, not expecting this burning sensation, and I'm like just holding on the toilet, and I'm literally like just kind of raising up as I'm peeing because it hurt so bad. It's normal, it's just a side effect of the catheter. I will say that the burning sensation, it lasted the rest of that day every time I had to pee. And I had to pee like every 2 hours or so because of all the swelling and pressure that was going on inside of me. I guess it was just kind of pressing down on my bladder. So it made me feel like I needed to pee often. So going to the bathroom was not pleasant whenever I had to go pee. Um, it lasted, like I said, that day of the surgery, and then the following day, my first full day at home, I still had the burning sensation, and I was worried, because nobody had told me about this, so I was like, crap, did they do something to me? No, it's normal. You just need a little bit of time. By the second day I was home, the the burning really, really started to taper off. I mean, I was actually there was almost no burning during that second day. So don't be scared about that. It does hurt. It's uncomfortable, but again, it's one of those things you just get through. Again, pain medicine. I took my pain medicine probably. Okay, so I had the surgery on Friday. I took my hydrocodone that Friday, and I took it Saturday, and I also was taking it on Sunday. By Monday, I switched to a leave. The some of the pain was subsiding, and the hydrocodone. One of the side effects of hydrocodone is you get constipated. Um, so if you're on any of those drugs, and I would actually just recommend this generally because whenever you have surgery, your body just kind of freaks out, and I think constipation is probably a side effect of any surgery, whether you take pain meds or not. So make sure that you have some milk of magnesia, make sure you're getting a lot of fiber in your diet, and just make sure you're keeping those stools loose, because you don't want to, whenever you're going to the restroom, you really don't want to struggle or push or anything that's going to cause strain on your abdomen. It won't feel pleasant. In your healing, you should give your abdomen a break anyway. So make sure you stock up on, like I said, milk and magnesia worked wonders for me. One of the things, with all the bloating and the constipation, I felt so bloated. And that was actually probably the most painful part of it, other than piss and fire. Uh, my incisions never really hurt. I never really felt, the only pain that I ever really felt was the pressure and bloating. And that air that was stuck in me. That's what caused the most pain. That all really starts to subside by, I would say, Monday afternoon. I actually started feeling a great deal better. I was getting up off the couch a lot easier, a lot quicker. So while it can be a little intense, your first couple of days, but once you reach the third day or so, things start to improve significantly. See what else do I have on my notes? I've talked about the shoulder pain, the gas buildup. Um, Also, I think I had an issue with sleeping in my bed. I couldn't sleep in my bed. What would happen is I think there's still a lot of fluid in you. After you have surgery, your body just secretes fluid, plasma and whatever else, all the healing fluids that gets released during surgery. And well, that's all inside of you. And I think what was happening is when I would lay down flat, all of that fluid would kind of rise up into my upper abdomen area and actually even in my chest. And breathing was almost impossible because it hurt to just take the smallest breath. So I ended up, actually, I still haven't gone to my bed just because I'm scared to. I think that I can actually go sleep in my bed now, and I'll probably try that tonight. Last night I slept on my sofa again, but I have a reclining sofa. So if you have a recliner, something that can keep you kind of upright while you're sleeping, and you don't want to be just straight up, but something you can recline but not be completely flat. that helps because you're not going to want to lay down flat. It's going to be uncomfortable. Um, I think that's pretty much it. I've dealt with the hernia. I got the hernia 3 years ago from my job. I'm a mail carrier. It's a very physical job. I walk all day while carrying a really heavy bag. And, with mail, I'm up and down stairs all day walking through rough terrain. 3 weeks after I started my mail carrier position, I felt like I had pulled a muscle in my groin. I had this really bad pain. And I had thought that I just pulled a muscle. Well, a week later, I'm using the restroom. I'm standing there peeing, and I look down and I noticed like the smallest little lump. And right then, I was like, crap, I knew exactly what it was. But I didn't have insurance at the time. I had just started the job. I was still in my probation period. Couldn't really tell anybody about it. I was just scared I would lose my job. Um, so I dealt with it, and I didn't have insurance for that first year until I made career. So I didn't have the means. I couldn't afford to get it done, nor did I even have the sick pay accumulated. And just things just kept on, after I made regular, I got my benefits, I got my insurance. Well, I decided I wanted to transfer also. Didn't really want to miss any work because they look at your attendance record during the transfer, and I really just didn't want anything to screw that up. So I've actually dealt with my hernia for 3 years, and finally I was in a position where I had the sick time, I had the insurance. There was just absolutely no reason not to get it taken care of. Um, and dealing with that for 3 years, it just kept getting larger. Um, it wasn't very painful, the longer it went. I think my body just kind of got used to that pain. Um, but it was still very annoying, constantly anywhere, constantly pushing the hernia back in. People probably thought that I was a pervert playing with myself most of the time, but no, I was just trying to push it in. So after 3 years of dealing with that, it was time to get it taken care of. And if you have a hernia, get it taken care of as soon as you can. Don't put yourself through all that unnecessary time of dealing with it. I know surgery can be a scary thing. It was scary for me, especially if you've never had surgery. But go get it done. I'm on day 6 right now. I feel great. I'm feeling, I have a little bit of discomfort, not in my incisions, but right where the hernia repair was. They put mesh in there. So that's still healing. There's still scar tissue that's melding with the mesh, I guess, because what happens, that mesh is in there, and it serves as support for new tissue to grow into that, further reinforcing the site of the injury, the original injury. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. Um, I know you hear a lot of horror stories about mesh. You see all the ads on TV from the attorneys. If you've had mesh surgery, you may be entitled to compensation. Well, the thing is, with a lot of those issues, that there used to be a big issue with mesh um, in the earlier days. Most of those issues have been resolved. They recalled a lot of the mesh materials that they previously used because it was causing so many issues, and they've come out with better meshes, thinner, lighter, more flexible mesh that doesn't cause as many problems. So go get it done. Don't delay it. I know it sucks. It's gonna suck for a few days in recovery. Mine was a laparoscopic repair. I don't know what it's like for open surgery, since I didn't experience that, but everybody says, or I should say the general consensus is recovery time from a laparoscopic procedure is a lot quicker than an open hernia repair, because it's tiny incisions, which, like I said, again, the incisions don't even hurt. Um, Go get it done. Just get it taken care of. You're gonna love it afterwards. I don't have the bulge anymore. I'm not pushing it in all the time. And I have a lot more confidence now in myself. That having that bulge is kind of embarrassing when you're a dude, especially whenever you're a single dude and kind of in your prime. I'm 35, so that bulge was it was a little embarrassing. Don't be scared. Just go get it done. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you get plenty of rest. Very important. The very day of your surgery, walk. Don't overdo it. Walk as much as you can. Walking is imperative to your recovery. It gets the blood flow going, which encourages healing, and it keeps you from just getting stiff. So walk a lot, walk as much as you can, as much as you can tolerate. Um, Other than that, if you're going through the surgery, I wish you luck. Don't be scared. You're gonna be uncomfortable. It's gonna suck for a couple of days, but it's just a couple of days. After dealing with a hernia for as long as I dealt with it, a couple of days of that discomfort really outweighs years and years of continuing dealing with it and being limited by what you can do, as far as exercising and stuff. I haven't been to a gym in so long just because I haven't wanted to irritate it or make it worse. So I'm hoping quality of life will improve because of it, and I know it will. So just get it done. Get it done. Just bite the bullet. Suck it up, Buttercup. Go get your surgery done. Take care of yourself, and you'll be fine. Good luck to you.